Hey everyone, sorry this is such an unprofessional setting, but I am just here in my living room section of my house. This house only has one room, lol. I'm just giving you an updates video really quickly. I've been at work. I have started work at a winery and I am currently doing 8 hours a day from 8 until 4, so that's my life currently, or has been for the last week and 1 day. Today I am giving you an update on what is going to be happening with my channel and with my writing over the next few months. Late last year I applied for a vintage job, which is working in a winery. So every autumn in Australia, around autumn, the grapes get picked for wine, and it's a pretty intricate process and it has to happen with a lot of people, and you have to have like a set sugar that the grapes are at for them to be picked, and it has to be completely right and it has to be picked then, otherwise, you know, they'll be ruined, or, you know, it has to be in a very specific time frame. And when the fermenting process into wine starts, it doesn't stop. So this whole industry, well, the whole wine industry goes like crazy until vintage is finished. So I am currently working at Hardy's, which is my great-great-great-grandfather started the company, and it was lost from our family in '92 when the Adelaide Bank went under and we had borrowed money from the bank, so it took Hardy's with it. So we are no longer really owners of the business, and we are no longer that much of a part of the business. So yeah, anyways, it was easy for me to get a job, even though I didn't have very much experience, and I had no experience working in a winery because I'm a Hardy. So I am working there now, and for the next few weeks, considering the vintage is very late this year because it's been so wet and fairly cool over summer, because of that, for the next few weeks I am working 8-hour shifts every day. And after that, for an undetermined amount of time, probably around 3 months, I will be working 12-hour shifts, which is 6 till 6, and that swaps every fortnight, and I will only be getting 1 day every fortnight off. 1 day off, 12-hour shifts every single other day from 6 till 6, and each fortnight the 6 till 6 will swap, and say you go, at first you had 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. After 13 days you will then go from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. through the night, because the fermenting process never stops, so there always has to be someone working there. So I'm one of 23 people that is working at Hardy's over vintage, and yeah, this means I have to sacrifice a lot of other things because I'm doing this to get enough money for me to do horse shows and compete horses, because horse jobs, as much as I would love to do them, they only pay $100 a day in South Australia, which is pretty much 12-hour days, $100. Whereas my 12-hour days, I will calculate for you how much I get at the winery, and this will only be 3 months, so the rest of the year I can have off, or I can have doing not, you know, a super large amount of work. I will be getting $312 an hour as opposed to $100 an hour. So yeah, that's why I'm working at a winery instead of at a horse stud this year. And as for uni, I am taking a year off because I really just wasn't into it last year. I do like my degree and stuff. I really think if you're interested in animals or interested in how people's brains work, then do psychology double with animal behavior. It's a lot of fun, but it's a lot of work. As you can imagine, most doubles in uni are a lot of work. So I'm just taking a break off of that because I didn't do that well last year, and I just want to see what work is like and put hours in, because I've never really worked incredibly hard in my life. Like, school was, I don't know, 8 hours a day, and everything else, every other work I've done is 8 hours a day. And so I've never worked, you know, 12 hours a day, 84 hours a week. So I just really want to put myself through like a boot camp, and that way I can get, when I finish vintage, I can get a lot more out of my time, because I'll know that I can, you know, do a lot in a day. I can stay up for 12 hours working, because then I can focus on my 2 horses and other people's horses and spend 12 hours a day on horses the rest of the year. So this isn't me going, I don't want to ride horses anymore. It's me going, I need to be realistic about my money, etc. So yeah, that's what's happening for the next few months. I have lined up and edited a bunch of videos, so I will be uploading at least 3 times. So I'll be uploading at least once per 3 weeks, and I have found someone who will be riding Jerry for that time and maybe campaigning him in eventing and perhaps getting him up to 1 star. And then as for Dexter will go on a break because he's 7, he's done a lot of work for the last year, so 10 weeks out isn't that much for him, and he'll just spend the time out that I'm working 12-hour shifts, because I need to be realistic about the time I will be able to spend with him and with the horses. So for you guys wondering what's happening, that is my life for the next 3 months. I want to say a huge thank you also to Total Saddle Fit, who have become my sponsor, and also the Start Box, which is another sponsor of mine that has very, very, very kindly sponsored me, especially when I'm so run off my feet at the moment. So thank you all so much for understanding or watching or whatever. I will see you guys in 2 or 3 weeks. Bye!